Okay, in this lesson, let's talk about how to decide what to name your channel, because I have a whole lot of people ask me this all the time, leaving comments on the video saying they're debating between two different names. Normally the two different names that they're debating between, one is a brand type name, okay, it's telling what the channel is about, and the other name is their own name. And it used to be that we all used these fake usernames for our channels, but then a few years ago it started becoming a lot more popular to either use your own name or a brand name that's more descriptive. When you're deciding between these two things, first, the main thing I want you to understand is that you should not get hung up on this, because it doesn't matter that much. There are reasons why you might choose one or the other, and there are things that maybe make one channel name better than some other options, maybe, but there are numerous cases of channels with names that were just those kind of random usernames that really didn't convey much of any meaning, they weren't descriptive, and they also weren't the person's name, and they still managed to build wildly successful channels. And I'm not just talking about PewDiePie so many years ago. There are people currently today building very successful channels with names that are basically meaningless. So please don't get hung up on this, but here are a few thoughts that can help you figure out which might be the best choice for you. Now, first of all, let's talk about using your own name. Now, if you use your own name, clearly people are gonna know your name, so you have to decide whether you want people to know your name or not. In this day and age, it seems like most people are pretty comfortable with sharing their name on the internet, but that's a personal choice you have to make. Second of all, the channel will be more about you and more about maybe multiple facets of your personality and your life, and not necessarily so much about one specific topic or about a company if you have a company. So sometimes that can create a challenge, or it can be a blessing, just depending on how you look at it. If you are trying to make a channel that is very strictly about one specific thing, for example, if it's related to a business that you run, you might end up feeling a little bit squelched and a little bit conflicted or confused about the fact that this channel has your name, but it's only talking about this one particular facet of your personality. And so sometimes that can make you feel like, well, I have so much more, there's so much more about me that I want to share with people. And so sometimes that can be avoided just completely by instead choosing a name that isn't your own. But on the other hand, it can be a blessing if you have a broader focus for your channel, if you are trying to talk to people who are similar to yourself, who have the same drive and desires and are interested in several of the same things that you're interested in, then it can be a really beautiful way to create a channel for people of just that type, people a lot like you. So if you're trying to focus more on building a personal brand and kind of getting that celebrity or that influencer status for whatever reason, because there's many different reasons you might do that, then using your own name is the best way to do that. If, on the other hand, your channel is not focused on you and it's very focused on some helpful topic or a very specific niche or industry, or it's related to a company that isn't your personal brand, then choosing a more descriptive name that is still short and easy to remember and unique can be the best way to go.